right, so I'm Marshall Woodworth. We're here in our fourth podcast. Thank you for joining me. And let's not forget people who ate episode 8. This is my message to them. They're talking about, there's a certain group of us who say things like, well, we want George Lucas back. What is his idea? You don't want George Lucas back. Remember the prequels. And I know episode 8 is clearly the worst Star Wars film ever made. But remember how bad and how traumatic the prequels were. Remember this.
Can I get out of here?
No, Mr. Stagg. Mr. called Jar Jar Binks. Mr. your humble servant.
That won't be necessary.
Oh, but it is. 'Tis demanded by the gods, it is. Huh?
Don't touch anything.
And this.
I don't like sand. It's coarse, rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. A day has gone by when I haven't thought of you. And now that I'm with you again, I'm in agony.
Y'all don't have historical amnesia. Remember this too.
Midichlorians are a microscopic life form that resides within all living cells.
They live inside me.
Inside your cells, yes. And we are symbionts with them.
Symbionts?
Life forms living together for mutual advantage. Without the midichlorians, life cannot exist, and we would have no knowledge of the Force. They continually speak to us, telling us the will of the Force.
Life breathes it, makes it grow. Its energy surrounds us and binds us. Luminous beings shall be, not this crude matter.
Midichlorians are a microscopic life form that resides within all living cells.
They live inside me.
Inside your cells, yes. And we are symbionts with them.
Luminous beings shall be, not this crude matter.
Microscopic life form that resides within all living cells.
Totally going against the idea of what was previously set up as the Force between all living beings, between me, you, the land, the ship, the air, binding the galaxy together. Oh, apparently, suddenly, according to episode 1, it has limitations and preferences. So George Lucas himself was retconning Star Wars before episode 8 did. Or Solo did with Lando's character. In a film, television series, or other fictional work, a piece of new information that imposes a different interpretation. Let's hear that again. Imposes. That's not a very easygoing word, is it? Imposition, imposing, imposes a different interpretation. This new information is imposing a different interpretation on previously described events, typically used to facilitate a dramatic plot shift or account for an inconsistency. All right. I believe, as well as a lot of us old school Star Wars fans, Lando, I'm sorry, he's just a straight dude. He showed no interest in droids or aliens or men.
Still hanging around with this loser? Hello, what have we here? Welcome, I'm Lando Calrissian. I'm the administrator of this facility. And who might you be?
Leia.
Welcome, Leia. All right. You old smoothie.
No, sir. I am C-3PO Human Cyborg Relations. My facilities are at you.
Sorry, am I interrupting anything?
Not really.
You look absolutely beautiful. You truly belong here with us among the clouds.
Thank you.
Would you join me for a little refreshment? Everyone's invited, of course. Having trouble with your droid?
No problem. Why?
I guess you could say in a weird way, well, it's just not talked about. So we didn't know if he was straight or bi or pan or whatever he was. We didn't know that. Man, I don't buy that. Like, look at Empire. I mean, I guess you could say his like first mate or whatever was that dude with that little thing here. And he's like, and he's got the little around his head, and he's telling, I mean, I guess that was his mate, and maybe, I don't know, he just felt like an employee though. He just didn't, he was just part of the Lando's Cloud City Bestman employee.
Well done. Hold him in the security tower and keep it quiet.
They shouldn't have tweeted about it and put it out in the open. They just should have not said anything. STFU, y'all. Put that in your Lucasfilm contracts. STFU clauses. Shut the up. Just don't say anything.
You got the touch. You got the power.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 1, you hate Star Wars. 10, you go to every convention and you dress up twice a year. Hardcore fan. What level of fan are you?
2 or 3.
But you don't feel that way about Lando. You seem to like the new Lando.
He's flamboyant. He's amusing, but I almost would think of him as Lando's brother, or like it's two separate. They didn't blend.
So you feel it's just it's like a different character. It's not what the original Lando. Okay, exactly. So what makes them different? How is the original Lando different than this new, younger Lando?
He's still suave, and he's still, pimping, like P-I-M-P, but he is not so light on his feet. He stood for something. He had more machismo. He might have been Superfly, but he was super, desirable by women, and he liked women. It wasn't drawing in robots and everything else.